Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another example for find Qshell command. We will understand like how we can utilize find command in order to search or list down all the files which is for a specific user, which is created by a specific user. Okay, so this thing we are going to discuss in this session. Now before we start, let's discuss the requirement first because we should know like what is our requirement. Okay, because without requirement it is not that much of useful for us, right? Because command is quite easy, right? You can use any command and you can create like as per your requirement, and even you can refer it from the internet. But what are those scenarios where we can utilize it as per the project perspective, right? So these things we are going to discuss. So as usual, what we will do, firstly I'll show you how we can utilize like firstly I'll tell you the requirement, what are the scenarios where we can utilize this find command in order to list down all the users, all the files which is created by a specific user. Clear? Then later what we will do, we will see how we can use the same command on clle program. But before that, I'll also show you some examples on Qshell command prompt where we will try some different scenarios in order to list down the data. Clear? Okay, so let's start with a discussion of the requirement. Like what are those conditions where we are supposed to use this thing. Okay, so just assume a scenario where you are working for a project, and in that project like there is one a directory where multiple users are creating files. Okay, one common directory where multiple users are creating the files. Now there is a requirement where someone asks you to list down all the files which is created by you or by the other person. To make it easy, let's assume there are two users. First one is Sharmat and second one is ABC. Now someone has asked you to list down all the files which is created by only Sharmit user, or maybe someone has created only by all the files has been created by only the ABC user. So in both condition we can utilize this command find in order to list down the files, because through find command we are able to list down all the files which is created by a specific user. Okay, so I think now few things are clear to you, like what are those conditions where we can utilize this find command in order to list down data for a specific user. Now to make it more easier or more explainable, let me show you one thing. For that I will write here work lnk. So on work lnk, once you write work lnk, it will take you to this screen which is directory slash home slash Sharmit. Okay, this is work with object link screen where it is showing my by default directory which is slash home slash Sharmit. Okay, now from here if I do page down, you can see there are various files and directories are present. So let's move to the one directory which I'm going to use for the demo purpose, which is Sharmit. So here if I take option 5, you can see this is a work with object link, and that now my directory or my current location is slash home slash Sharmit slash Sharmit. But in your case it would be different. Okay, because your username is different, your directories and files are different, but you can use the same process, just change your directory or file name. Clear? So here you can see in directory, in my case, after slash home it is Sharmit, which is indicating my user. Okay. Now, so just think of a scenario. We are using the same directory and multiple users are writing data here through the files or directories. Okay. So let's take example of this file, which is data.xml. Now if I take option 8 here, so it will list down some information, and if you look at carefully you will find that it is showing the owner name, and here the owner name is Sharmit, because Sharmit is the user who has created this file data.xml at location slash home slash Sharmit slash Sharmit slash data.xml. Okay, So yeah, we got this thing. Similarly, maybe there is any another file, okay, and which is created by the user abc. Okay, right now we have only these much of files and directories present in this main directory, but it might be possible that there are hundreds of files present, right? So in that situation it is very time taking to easily to identify like which file has been created by which user, because every time we are not supposed to take option 8 and to check the owner name, right? Because files could be anything, there could be hundred of file, thousands of file in a directory. Just to solve this issue, we will use the find command, which will help us to filter out or figure out all the files which is created by a specific user. Okay, so I think now requirement is completely understandable. So I think now we are good to start with the demo of the command. So for that, what you can do, you can simply write here qsh. What qsh will do, it will open the qshell command entry. Qsh will do Qshell command entry. Now on this Qshell command entry screen, you can execute any of the Qshell command. Okay, all right. So let's see the find command. So firstly, you need to write find, then space. After space, you can write slash home slash Sharmit slash tech Sharmit, and this is my location. Okay, so my location is slash home slash Sharmit slash tech Sharmit. After that, you can take space and just simply use hyphen and type, then again space, and here you can write f. What it is indicating, it is indicating like at the moment if I hit enter on this query, it will list on all the files, but it is not specifically for a particular user. All like although in both case we are going to get the same data, because these are the all files which I have created by user Sharmit, right? But again I'm saying that this command is just for listing down the files, not for listing down a file for a particular user. Okay, fine. So now the another question is like how we can fetch for a particular user. So for that you can simply take F9 here, and here on this screen you can take hyphen, then after hyphen you can simply write user, then space, and now you can put your username. So in my case username is Sharmat. Now if I hit enter, you will see it is printing again the three files, because these three files is created by the user Sharmat. Okay, so I think now the things are pretty much clear, like how we are utilizing the find command in order to list down all those files which is created by a specific user. All right. Now similarly, if let's say if you would like to list down all the files which is created by a user abc, although I have not create there is no record for abc user, but still I'll show you how you can use it. So you can simply replace your username with my username Sharmit, like here I'm replacing it with abc. Now if I hit enter here, it will list on nothing. Why? Because at the moment there is no record present which is created by the user abc. Okay, and that's the reason it is not showing us anything. Okay, but let's say if there was any files which was created by the user abc, in that case it will list down all the data. Okay, but right now we don't have any files created by the user abc, and that's why it is not showing anything for the user abc. Fine. Now there might be another question from you guys, like what will happen if I change the user from small case to capital case, because these are very important thing. Otherwise you might try the same thing and it will give error again and again. Okay, so as I like in previous session also we have discussed this thing, like when you change your username to this, it will give you error because it is a invalid option. The option hyphen capital user is not valid, and that's the reason we are getting this error. So always make sure that whenever you are executing the command, put the command in a correct manner, in a correct case, otherwise it will give you error. Okay, Fine. So I think now we are comfortable with this command. So it's time to show you how we can utilize the same command through clle program. So for that, I'll take option 2 here on program run qsh, which I have already created. Here you can see this program is to find all the files for a particular user. So simply write DCL, take F4, provide your variable name, type, storage and length. If you don't know how to declare variables, you can refer the previous session, because in the initial sessions we have already discussed these things in detail. So I recommend you to go and check out the previous playlist. Okay, so once your variable is declared, then simply write chg take F4, provide your variable name, value. So you can see this is my command slash find slash home slash Sharmit slash text Sharmit hyphen type f hyphen user Sharmit. So this is the same command which we have already discussed on the Qshell. So now the variable is ready. So it's time to execute the command strqsh. So simply write strqsh command, provide your variable name command. Okay. So now our program is ready. So it's time to complete this process and call the program. After compiling, you can see it is printing me the required file which is created by the user Sharmit. Okay, so yeah, these are the steps through which you can easily utilize find command in order to list down all the files which is created by a specific user. So that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.